I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Costa? Present. Trustee Caprio?
Present.
Trustee Sweet?
Present.
Trustee Maxey-Trice?
Present.
Trustee Varian?
Present.
Mayor Yukich?
President,
Trustee Rogers is absent.
are there any amendments to the agenda? I would like to switch H1 to the, we'll make it H6. He's not here yet. So at least he does come in a little bit. We can still accommodate him.
Right there.
So do we have a?
He just came in.
Jim just came in. Never mind. All right. I need a motion to approve the minutes of February 22nd, 2017.
So moved.
Trustee
Second.
Varian, Trustee Trustee. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Reports and communications from the mayor and other officers. I'll start out. State of the Village address will be coming next week. The Homer Glen Area Chamber of Commerce invites Homer area businesses and residents to attend the 2017 State of the Village address presented by myself, Mayor George Yukich. The event will take place on Wednesday, March 15th, 2017 at Donolfo's Banquets, 14447 West 159th Street in Homer Glen, Illinois. For further information or to submit a registration form, contact the Homer Glen Area Chamber of Commerce at office at homerchamber.com. Second, the seasonal maintenance workers. The Village of Homer Glen is seeking to fill full-time seasonal maintenance workers positions. Interested candidates must complete the job application found on the village's website at www.homerglenil.org. We will be accepting applications until the positions are filled. And last is, the village continues to seek letters of interest for a vacancy on the Plan Commission. Residents interested in serving on a Plan Commission must submit a letter of interest along with a resume. Address to Mayor George Yukich, Village of Homer Glen, 14240 West 151st Street, Homer Glen, Illinois, 60491, or email village@homerglen.org. The village will review resumes in the month of April with appointments to occur in May. With that, we'll start with the trustees. Trustee Berry.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Thank you, trustee. Trustee Trike.
Anything I have to report will be discussed in our workshop item.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Thank you. Trustee Costa. Trustee Sweets.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting for the Environment Committee, an hour-long event is taking place on March 25th. Around the globe, millions of people, businesses, and landmarks set aside an hour to host events and switch off their lights for Earth Hour, which is from 8:30 to 9:30 on Saturday, March 25th. Over the years, Earth Hour participants have helped make some pretty amazing things happen, from changing laws to funding solar-powered homes. Together, they have made a real positive impact on our planet. Earth Hour 2017 marks the movement's 10th anniversary, so remind your friends and family to switch off their lights and all other unnecessary electrical devices wherever they are during Earth Hour itself and beyond. The Environment Committee is planning its Arbor Day tree planting event for late April, and it was agreed upon that Erin Hills Park will be the next recipient. The Environment Committee has also reviewed its standard operating procedures, which includes an updated recommended street list, and will be forwarded to the board. And the last item is Will County is kicking off a combined electronics and household hazardous waste event at the Romeoville High School, 100 North Independence Boulevard, on Saturday, March 18th. This event takes place from 8 to 3 p.m. Nearly all types of electronics and household chemicals, hazardous materials, and liquids will be collected. There is a limit of 2 TVs per vehicle and ID is required. Details will be made available on the village's website later this week. That concludes my report.
Thank you, trustee Solis. Trustee Caprio.
I have no report, but I'd like to welcome my nephew once again, Vinny Caprio. Vincent Caprio, my cousin. It's
Which is it?
well, right next to that. That'll conclude my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Village treasurer.
I have no report this evening.
Thank you, John. Village clerk.
No report.
Village attorney.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Correct answer. Public safety officials. Nothing. Village manager.
No report, ma'am.
You said it's on this. Public comment is next. If you could please, if you haven't signed in, sign in now. There's a 3-minute limit, but if it's something that takes a little bit longer, that's okay. Thanks, Sean. Mr. John Walters.
I had some concerns about the possibility of opening some entrances to Heritage Park on the north side, whether on Dixon or the subdivision to the north. There's a couple of things that need to be addressed if that happens. One of them is turning the streets there into parking lots and areas where people will congregate. That shouldn't happen in those subdivisions. They shouldn't become parking lots for the park. And the other thing is if there's entrances there, based on my experiences being on the Homeowners Association of Woodbine West, you're gonna have kids in there at night. There's gonna be vandalism. We've had broken trees in our subdivision. We had a gazebo that was destroyed so many times we had to take it down. Drinking in the gazebos, even somebody trying to set it on fire. So if there is entrances, there is gonna have to be a way to secure them at night, because you would think that the neighbors would call when they see people out there, but they don't.
Right now, we don't have any plans to put in.
Okay. Well, it came up, I've heard it, so.
And I've heard it too.
Yeah.
We don't have any plans right now.
But it's something that needs to be addressed if that's gonna happen.
That we
Whether there's
definitely will.
parking restrictions and a way to secure those entrances in the evening after dark.
And we agree. And if it ever did come up, we'll definitely talk about it before we just open them up.
Okay, I just wanted to have my say.
No problem. Thanks, John. Next, Mr. Ted Knightsky.
How you doing, everybody?
Good.
I'm Ted Knightsky. I live at 14110 Anacate Drive. I just want to address a little small problem here with ATVs and dirt bikes running rampant on Edison's property. I'm backed up to the property, and it's become a racetrack out there. Frankly, I've about had enough of it. You hear the stuff going on all day long. All day long it goes on. About 2 weeks ago, I bet you we had about 10 or 13 of them running together. So I think it's time to get the Will County Mounties and get these guys, man, because I've had enough.
I agree. We had this issue years ago, and
Yeah, I don't want to end up spiking the roads and stuff, come on.
we agree.
I'm running out of patience.
Yeah, we will look into it, and we'll get one of the sheriffs over there. Is it during the week, on weekends?
No, it's during the weekends, it's really,
The worst.
they're really blasting away. Yeah, it's not, I can understand kids having fun and stuff, but it's not just kids, it's adults and kids. And it's not that they do 5 or 10 miles an hour, they're doing 35, 40 through there. And it goes on all day, especially during the weekends. The kids are out of school and it just keeps going.
Well, that's why we need to stop it now.
Yeah.
I will get a hold of the lieutenant, and from there, what we'll do is we'll have him contact you, find out what times it seems to be happening there. We'll get it there.
My wife calls every now and then, you know, to get crazy out here, and I don't know if they show
Well,
up.
that's kind of key, and I mean, all the neighbors should be calling, because it's unsafe to be doing it. But if you do see them out there, and the police aren't there, make that phone call right away, so they have an opportunity to get there to catch them.
You know, it's not that, it's just Edison, you know, I was expecting someone to say, well, that's Edison's problem. You know, they gotta use our streets to get to Edison. So right there, they broke the law as soon as they touched that street, so.
I have no problem stopping them.
All right, let's do it.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, thank you.
John McCoy?
Just two questions. John Coy, 1056 Mission Way. Questions are, I see a thing in the paper again today, now in Will County. Yesterday they had a thing in the paper about hiring somebody with these new buildings they're going to build. To me, a glass building is the most, defeats energy efficiency. Now that's only my opinion. Now I've heard pros and cons on glass buildings.
Figure for what we paid for the building and for the land, it was $3.3 million. And I believe we paid about 1.6 for the build-out.
See, that's my problem. We're gonna spend $20 million for a park?
No.
I got another thing too now. John should probably verify this. With all them trees and bushes, how many parks, I don't care from here to Timbuktu, have all of this, you know, greenery in there, and how much do they think a year it's gonna cost to have somebody trimming all these bushes and pruning the trees? And I mean, you're looking at a disaster here. You got a park. It's not, like you said, a mausoleum type thing. I mean, them trees and bushes, the maintenance alone will probably cost you $10,000, $20,000 or better to maintain them every year. Plus, then you tack on 10 another, what's it cost just to mow that now with nothing out there? The lawnmower's gotta go around everyone, you gotta have a weed whacker. I mean, this is ridiculous. I am totally against this proposal here.
Are you talking about this?
No.
Because, why don't you come up here and we can tell you what
Right
it is.
there.
John, we're not gonna spend money that should not be spent. What you're looking at is a picture. That doesn't mean we're putting that many
Well,
trees
this
in.
is what they gave you. I mean, how can the residents figure out what you're gonna do if we're getting wrong information?
Because as we start doing it, what do you want me to do? Have you draw a picture of something that's completely blank?
Well, no.
Okay, so-
I got the wrong picture. This is what they handed me and said, this is what we're gonna do.
Well, no, that's what they plan. It's a concept plan, that's all it is. See what it says?
Right.
It's a concept. We're not doing that. We have to start somewhere with a picture. If we don't, how do I explain to anyone out there what we plan on doing? Well, we're gonna put some tennis courts in, we're gonna do this, well, we're gonna do it. Well, now at least you have an idea of what we're looking at. All this in here is all for flood. This will accommodate Woodbine. It'll take care of Mr. Tracy's property, or Mr. Knight's property, it'll take care of all the places. So it's all going to be done. It's not going to cost what you're looking at. We're not going to be putting 10,000 trees in here.
There's quite a few trees.
We'll put 4,000.
In a golf course, there's quite a few trees that are out there.
Well, I mean, existing
All
plan.
right, that's what I'm trying to tell you. We're going to work with what we have first.
All right, because like John would probably agree with me, it's gonna cost an arm. I don't know. You have to stand up and say, no, it won't cost that if you have any problems with my estimates.
At the end of the day, we have to grow as a village and we have to grow as a community.
And just be,
If you're afraid of growth, we're in trouble. So.
Well,
John, all this is, it's a concept plan, a very well done concept plan that we will follow, but it doesn't mean we're going to duplicate what they're showing on the graph.
well, like you say.
John, it's the same thing if you're building a house.
I don't agree with a lot on this.
Okay.
Then with the water, and, well, then they're gonna, I mean, it don't show that on here, that this one's gonna get enlarged or anything. I mean, it really had me confused.
Okay.
But I know, it says concept. But these fellas ought to realize too, you're gonna get some problems for me because I speak out about what I think of a concept plan because
Yes,
that's
you will.
construction all my life.
Well, at the end of the day, we have to defer to the professionals who know engineering.
I helped build, you know, Soldier Field, I worked at Sox Park, all this stuff. And I built high-rise buildings. So with that, they'll tell you too. Bike paths even pester me sometimes. When they got the wrong elevation, it's gonna put them below the water table. And then finally the engineer surveyed the thing. I went out to my instrument and he says, oh yeah, he says, where is the water table? I took a shovel, dug out it, one shovel full, and it filled up with water in less than 5 minutes. I said, right there.
We'll make sure that,
Duh.
Don, we'll make sure that everything's taken care of. I mean, do we have any issues with this building?
Pardon?
Do we have any issues with this building? I mean, this is the board right here that's got all this stuff done.
No, I don't have a problem with that. I don't want to spend 3 times that for a park.
Well, you're not going to.
Okay.
You know me better than that. You know that would never happen.
Right, but I'm just getting some figures and some ideas in my head, and then I'm just writing stuff down.
Well, then you sit down with me when you got an idea, and I'll tell you where we're not going to be spending what we're doing here.
That lighting he's talking about too on the far north end, that lighting, we have a solar light right on Parker Road and by the park over there for the bike path. If we need lights over there, they make portable ones we could just drag out there, you know what I mean?
That will be discussed too. Everything's going to be in stages, so I'm not going to give you an answer for something that's going to be done in a couple of years because we don't know where we'll be at. We are starting on it. As soon as spring hits, we are starting on it. We plan on having a festival on here next year. So we will have the road in, we'll have some of the flooding issues being taken care of. They'll be doing some of the grading to level out some things. And then from there, we'll go on. It's going to be done right, and it's going to be done very cost effective.
Good, thank you.
Yes.
I have a question. With all due respect to your comment about if we're afraid to grow a growth in this town, I don't think you're taking into consideration to the people who grew this town. Because I've been here for 20-some years and own property longer than that, and we do live along this line. And we do. How many residents have moved out because of this situation with the lighting and the path and the problems and the drag racing? I mean, we've had sexual offenders that have been caught in the back of the corner. They've been arrested and moved out of this town because of it. So you need to take into consideration some of the people that established Homer Glen when you're talking about growth, because we are the people that developed this town, and now we're going to be forced out of our homes. Or we moved back here because of the way the lighting and the landscape and the, you know, the atmosphere was. And now you're telling us that our lives have to be invaded by the park, and you need to think of us too.
Well, I don't feel that Carlo meant anything on it. As for the lighting, it is going to be, that's why we did what we did. You gotta stop and think, before what was gonna be, someone wanted to be all sports fields. We stopped that from happening. We're gonna put a park in there that's going to be lit up when it needs to be lit up, and being lit up, it wouldn't be any different than what you're seeing through the village. We're not gonna put any big lights up there. There's nothing gonna be that's extremely bright. Everything back around the fence is going to be less lit up because it's basically a watershed. It's going to hold all the water that's coming from everywhere else.
But if you're talking about having solar lighting or whatever, lighting along the maps and stuff, it's going to be right over there. According to this map, that the entrance is there, it's going to be a residential area. And it is going to be a hangout back there. It's a hangout now, George. I mean, you can go down there any Saturday or Sunday night, it's a hangout. You've got kids parked out there, they're drag racing up and down Coachman all night long. How many of them have ended up on Don and Jim's property? I mean, we've had ambulances out there. This is the things you guys don't know about or pay attention to. You're drag racing all the time.
And I meant no disrespect to the people who have grown this town. I've been here 17 years as well. But lighting is necessary to allow the police to police the property, in my belief. I also believe that, I agree there's many drag racers, there's many ATV all we can do is police the property. We can't, the Will County Sheriffs can.
And the residents.
And the residents, we need to know about those things, and I really meant no disrespect about whether we grow or not. We need to grow as a community, just like we're gonna develop business in the community, just like we're looking at many other options of income growth. If we don't grow, we're gonna be stagnant, and stagnant doesn't get us anywhere.
But you don't want to move on people that develop this town out either, and that's what's happening. Look at how many homes are for sale. Look at how many people are moving out of Homer Glen. I mean, take a realistic look at it, and that's becoming a problem is the taxes and the water and everything else combined. People are moving out. They want Homer Glen to become Orland. Well, if they wanted Homer Glen to become Orland, stay in Orland.
Well, who wants this to turn into
Not one
Orland?
person on this entire dais wants Orland Park.
I want business here, I don't want Orland Park's business. You know, pretty much what you just got done saying. If you want the taxes to stable, the water, there's nothing we can do about it. We have no control over the water. The ball was dropped when they incorporated and they did not work out something with either Citizens Utility at the time or Illinois American Water when they were buying the property. So the ball was dropped, there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing that we're doing now is we are putting some sewer lines in, the village is going to pay for them, and we're putting in sewer lines, the village is going to pay for them, and as people come in, they will pay us a tap-on fee, so we will get our money back for everything that we're putting in. And we're holding on to the pipes, we're not giving to Illinois American Water until they are 100% paid back to the village. Because I can't see why anyone wants to spend all this money from the pipes, give it to Illinois American Water to charge us higher prices. So we're trying to build without overbuilding. Everyone also has to understand, everyone owns property in this village. They have a right to build. They have a right. We can't stop them. We can control what they're going to do, but we cannot stop them. As for the business, if we don't do something pretty soon, there's going to be no business to pull in here. New Lennox has sucked up everything. Orland, every time you turn around, they got something else coming up in there. Lamont's starting to pull some things in right now. Lockport's starting to pull some things in now. If we don't do it, guess what? If the state starts defaulting on what they're doing for the taxes here, you're going to pay a hell of a lot more in school taxes because we're not going to get it from the state. So if we can get some business in here that helps offset that, because a business coming in here does not put an impact on the school. And wouldn't you like to have things here rather than driving into Orland Park or Lennox? So this goes to a point where if there is no growth, it does. It becomes very stagnant, then nobody can say anything about any bills or any water. Water, you really, like I said, you really can't do anything about it. If there's nothing you can do. They own the infrastructure. It's the easiest way to put it. We can try to buy it, but it'd probably be $200–300 million for us to do it. We'd never get our money back, and taxes would definitely go up because someone has to pay for it. We are working on a line. If we do get the line, it'll be huge because you're taking a profit off what the line is coming in from Bedford Park to here. If it comes down to the point where someone on any kind of adjoining area needs water, maybe we can sell some water off to them. We can make a little profit on it. Not a lot of profit, make a little profit. You don't want to take advantage of anyone. That's the only way that we're going to do anything with the water. But business-wise in here, I agree with you. I don't like Orland Park. It has nothing to do with the people. People are all great. I don't like sitting through 3 or 4 lights trying to get to X. You go up to Costco, you can sit through 6 lights right now by the time you get into Costco. I like going to Costco. I wish we had Costco here. We are working on so many different things to get everything that we can for the village. But we also have to keep in mind, everything that we do costs money. And we're trying to be as frugal as we possibly can and get everyone what they're looking for. As for issues that we have in the village, and you brought up a couple good ones, the speeding is horrible. But you know what? The speeding is the same anywhere you go. You go into Lockport, they have it. You go into Orland, Lamont, any one of them. They all have speeding problems. And unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, when you have a speeding problem, it's the people who live there. As for the quads, I agree with you before. This happened to you once before. We were able to stop it for at least a couple of years, or at least slow it down. Now that it's coming back, I agree with you 100%. I wouldn't want that noise in my backyard. Plus, I wouldn't want to take a chance of my kids going out there playing and these kids hurting something. So the part that we're having right now, I don't want everyone freaking out because they're looking at the prices of this. This is not what we're gonna spend. We're gonna give you everything that the village is looking for, and we're gonna spend it like we did earlier. As for the problems around the village, we will work on it, but you also have to work with us. You know, this is a very big village. There's not a lot of people in it, but it's a very big village. It's hard for us to keep track of everything that's going on here. We try. I mean, as soon as you give a phone call to any one of my trustees or myself, we address the problem. We don't blow you off. We answer the phone calls. We do call you back. It might not be that same day, because sometimes, you know, I know everyone, because when I'm with any one of these guys, their phones are always going off the hook too. We do try to get it back to you, and we want you to have faith in us. We don't want you to worry. We're not going to stick you. We're going to make sure this is done right. What they drew up, I think it's gorgeous. I think this would fit this village very nicely. Do I think the cost is good? No, but we'll work on it. Other than that, I'm done talking about the park. So, are there any other comments? Go ahead.
You were talking about bringing business into this town. And I got a feeling part of the problem with business not really coming here yet is 159th Street. What's going on with 159th Street?
Well, 159th Street is still being worked on. They do plan on having it done by late 2018. And by done, that means the trees, the grass, all the rest of the stuff. The road should be open before that. But we also have a state that hasn't had a budget for over 2 years. So again, we don't have any control over that. We're trying the best we can, but we need their money to be able to do what has to be done here. So honestly, can't give you a solid answer. They're telling us it should be done by the fall of 2018. That's what we're hoping for. As for 143rd, yeah, they're going to do it. But you can't do 143rd, 151st, and 159th all at the same time. It would screw up this village to no end. We'd love going to Royal Park at that point. So, any other question?
What are we doing to try to get businesses in there, George? Anything particular, or do they come to us, or do we go to them?
Really, very few companies. Years ago, it's eased up a lot, but our restrictions are, we're harder than neighborhood. We probably have more room than anyone that surrounds us, and we could do very well. And, you know, do I want them all? No. But I know my wife would like some stores that are out in Oak Brook, and they're all standalone. I know we need some restaurants here, all different kinds. I mean, we need ethnic food, we need pretty much everything here. We don't have a real good reputation for being friendly to builders. A lot of them also don't like how stringent we are on what we have here. But I like how stringent we are on what we have here. Our village looks very nice. It's not pig-pied. But there are two. I'll leave it up to you.
Well, I think a lot of you hit on that. It's a couple things. It's infrastructure. 159th Street needs to be done. It's bringing water lines, sewer lines into those areas. Developers won't look at certain locations if they can't get to it or supply utilities to that. So we're working on those two projects. It's looking at our process, not to change the character of the community, but looking at our process to make sure it's fair, make sure it's clear and consistent. Developers want to know what the rules are, how to apply them, and then go through the process. So we're looking at a lot of different things. The major things we're looking at this year is working on process improvements, infrastructure improvements, and character type amenities. So we're looking at not only attracting businesses, but the homes. So certain businesses require certain population, certain households, so we're seeing if we can get some of the housing developments going again. That will help trigger some of the other businesses. You know, small users not going to buy a 10-acre parcel and just develop it by themselves. So we need to attract developers that are going to build developments, and then they're going to bring in the users. So we look at it from lots of different factors.
But 143rd is getting more vacant and vacant and buildings. Those buildings are emptying out. Are we doing anything to try and get people to come into some of the establishments?
Absolutely, yeah. We have an economic development person that goes out to talk to businesses, talk to interested parties to get them in. We work with them on understanding what our demographics are. We proactively call restaurants and other commercial businesses. And you might have seen some business. Lord and Hunt came over by the gym wall. There's another restaurant that I can't name yet that's coming in over there. Starbucks and Chipotle recently opened in over there. There's an ebb and flow of things. The county is working on road improvements. The county is trying to acquire right-of-way so they can improve both 143rd and Bell. That'll affect some existing properties, so we're working with those existing properties on if they can stay or relocate. So there's a myriad of things that are happening. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while. I will say, just because you make a phone call doesn't mean it happens overnight.
Yeah, pretty much like Mike had just got done saying, the biggest thing is rooftops. We had a hotel that wanted to come in here. I'm not sure if he still wants to come in here, but what he wanted us to do is guarantee 25,000 rooms a year. That's what they need to make money. Well, the only thing that we have right now that would bring people to the hotel is de novos, funeral homes. We don't have a lot here that is going to bring business to us. And stop and think about it. If you owned a restaurant and you knew that you weren't going to have a lot of people coming in because they're not around here, would you come out and spend that kind of money? No. We do have some businesses that are coming out. We hate jinxing ourselves and saying, all right, this one's coming out, and then something happens because it's still going through the process. It is getting a lot better. We do have more people looking into us. They're not committing anything right now. They want to know where we're at. So we are working as hard as we can, but we're trying to do it with keeping in mind, like you just said, all the people that built this village and like the way it is. We love the way it is right now, but you still need things here.
I agree.
All right. And with that being said, like I said before, for all the people that do own property, get a look at Mr. Gallagher. He owns probably 3/4 of the vacant land in this village. You can't stop him from building. You can just control what he builds. So, and the same thing with the schools. I talked to Superintendent Coglianese today, and we do have some houses that are being built right now, so the population of the kids is going back up again rather than going down, because it did go down. And we do need some housing in here that is affordable for the younger generation right now. We need it for the people that want to get out of the big houses and go into something smaller for them. So we have a lot of things that is very good for this village, but we also want to make sure that before we try shoving it down your throat, you understand exactly what we're doing, and now it's an easy note. You know what's coming in, and we have control over it. There are some things that are working on, and hopefully we can fill you in on it sooner. And I'm not trying to keep any secrets, but the one thing that I've noticed since I got in office, if you say you're going to do something, they expect it. And that's not such a bad thing, but you see, like here, we want to do this park. Did we think that it was going to be over $20 million? No. And they did their job right. It's us shopping. It's us making sure everything's good. So, like I said, you kind of got to give us a little leeway. This whole board's been actually 100% straight with everyone in this village. They got a question, we answer it the way it should be answered. The truth. It's real simple. So we do want to do this. We want to keep you all in the loop as soon as we hear on the rest of the stuff that we're looking into. And I'll be there in a heartbeat because I think it's a wonderful idea. That's my opinion.
How much money we got to throw at this project?
Right now, I think we probably have around $5 million between the land and the park fund. Doesn't mean we're going to jump out and spend it right now. Like I said, these prices here, everyone's got to start somewhere. You know, we we chopped off a few $100,000 when we were doing this one, we can chop millions off of this. We'll keep you in the loop on everything. Last thing I want is the phone calls, how we answer. 99% of the ones I get are fine. They have a little problem, we take care of it. We go into this much debt, we're gonna have a lot of problems. So we won't be in that debt. Any other questions? Because we really gotta move on. All right.
Just a quickie one. Basically, about how many people go out to the park now? Daily.
It's not a real big number because there's really nothing to do out there right now.
Yeah, I understand that, but even if they have little tiny functions such as.
They can do that right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. How many people basically go out there?
Not a handful a day, but right now it's just open space. You know,
The
I don't know.
paths aren't complete.
Yeah.
It is, like Mike just said, what it is it's open space right now. Could you walk through it? Yeah. But the path isn't finished. Even a golf cart path that they had is falling apart. So you're gonna get pretty money going through it.
Right, and this is what I was even referring to, even going out to Delwood. They really don't have a lot of things, but they have a lot of areas that you could have picnics, or you could do this. You can walk around. They don't really have the cement sidewalks that you have to walk around, and if something happens.
We're not gonna have a cement sidewalk.
You gotta keep on, doing all that kind of stuff. And you still have a availability to have a fun time if it's in use.
Most of the time, the simpler it is, the more fun it is.
The more fun it is.
So,
Because
it's
they
just
can
getting-
get out there, they can play their own baseball, they can play their own, whatever they want.
And that's what we want for back here. We want it to be a family atmosphere. We also want it to be like a structure to where people can come here and just have fun.
And when you have all the trees and the bushes and everything else like that, that is really implemented into the folder, there's really not that much to go out and play and have fun.
We're working on it. All right, I got two more. No, Bob first. He had his hand before you, but I'll take you in there. Bob, go ahead.
I'm okay?
You're okay.
I'm okay? Good, all right.
All right, here, I'm putting you on a limit though, because there's sometimes you kind of go on for a little bit longer than slow executive.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, and Board of Trustees. One of the things that I hear is people that have been here for a while. Well, you all know I've been here for 50 years, all right? I helped a family in the village of Homerton West. Why? Because we wanted to be different. Because we wanted to be self-sustaining. We appreciate community and nature in harmony. That is one of the things that we have to impress on people who are interested in coming here. If you don't like that motto, please, Orland Park, have no good time. Listen to the line. But anyway, I'm not.
Keep going. Finish up.
I have been very fortunate to serve on various committees for our community. And I have to tell you, even though it was stressful, it was the best part of my life.
We're happy to hear that.
Connie and I and the girls love everyone here. Because we made it different. We're not Southside Chicago, we are Homer Glen. Will County. You know what that means? Will. We will. And that's what it's about. And all of you strive to do that every day.
We do,
I know you do.
and I appreciate that.
And
So
then,
does my wife.
and I mean that from my heart, okay?
Thanks, Bob.
And, but I'm not done yet. I have more goals to fulfill. If the mayor and the board will allow me to do that one day, whenever you're ready.
No problem. That's why we have you on some of our committees, because we like what you do.
I love it. Okay.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Okay, that's why.
I like your comment as far as keeping things simple for families and stuff, and this talk about the pavilion and stuff costing $2 million. Is kind of, just look at what Frankfurt does with their little village green on a Sunday evening in the summertime. That's family oriented. You've got 2-year-olds to 60-year-olds sitting in lawn chairs and blankets on the grass, listening to music and stuff for an hour and a half in the summertime.
And it's simple.
And it's very simple. And they use that green, the village green, just about all year long for something. And it's not very fancy. It's not Millennial Park downtown.
Yeah, we don't want one in the park either.
Right.
Okay. We will keep you up to date with what we are doing. The Facebook should be starting very soon, which we're very excited about. But other than that, is there any old business? Is there any new business? I need a motion to adjourn this meeting to go into executive session.
So moved.
I didn't get that part. For the purpose of discussing litigation, land acquisition, and executive session. So, I gave a motion in a second. All in favor? All opposed? All right. We're going to recess the